paper, though, it looks like we have everything like hashed out, so we all know our parts. We just do you want us, Matthew, to get it done by a certain time this week or the beginning of next week or what?
The more time you guys can give me to do it, the better.
Okay. I'll try to get mine done by Saturday. So
honestly, I'm hoping to wrap up this semester on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Cool. I can definitely get it done before then. I'm driving to Idaho from Virginia Saturday.
Nice.
So Saturday, I don't know if I can get done on Saturday or Sunday because those are going to be like 2 16-hour car drives I'm doing. So
how does Monday night sound for everyone?
But I can get it done by Monday night.
Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, even if we wanted to push it to Thursday, that's fine. But we got to keep in mind that.
Shoot, I'm gonna turn it Friday. I'm gonna get it to you Friday.
You gave us the freedom, right?
No, I would much appreciate as much time as I can.
Yeah, no, I'll try and get it done Monday night, latest Tuesday.
Does that work out for everybody? Because I figured workplace and society,
great.
I'm sure. Eric, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna probably have yours done in like 45 minutes from now.
Right.
Eric's is already done. His is
already done. He just hasn't put it in there yet. He's just putting his little points in there just to make us feel like we're doing a good job.
Right.
Enough.
Oh no, but I figured that. I mean, there's not really a way to split up layoffs and dismissing employees.
Yeah.
But workplace and society is pretty easy to split. Yeah. So, speaking of workplace and society,
that was a good segue.
Yeah, there we go. As if it wasn't cheesy enough.
Right. Actually, it looks like this meeting is like super short. So you give everyone on your team time to choose one of the following topics to share with the group. There's substance abuse, divorce, family issues, work-home balance, same-sex relationships, and workplace dating relationships. And it just says kind of split it off and then talk about your own life and how that applies. And maybe what you've learned in class about the human resource management.
I call workplace relationships.
Okay, got some interesting stories
already. Wow.
Got some great stories for that.
Good to know.
Not involving me.
Now I'm really excited.
Oh man,
I'm afraid to even say like substance abuse or anything like that.
Being from the Bay Area, I'll talk about same-sex relationships because I got plenty gay friends.
Okay.
I'll go with work and home balance because
Okay.
And I can even take on divorce and family issues too.
I can take on. Well, tell me what you want, Matthew, and then
I don't care. Whatever you want to do, man.
I'll take the divorce and family issues.
Oh, okay.
Hey, no judgment zone right now.
Sweet.
Well, if anyone has, stories it sounded like David was already.
He's chopping at the bit here. He's just like, I got it, guys. I got this. I got this.
You want to.
So, workplace relationships. Work and relationships don't go together unless you're married and you both equally own the company. Then it works. Otherwise, don't date your coworkers. It's like the worst idea ever. Let me tell you some stories. Well, first off, it makes it awkward for the rest of the employees. It's kind of weird. You're sitting there and you're just like, man, like, I'm trying to do work. You guys like chill. I found that as I've seen people in the workplace who are dating and they're especially in the same like department and they're like near each other all the time at work, they don't get anything done. It just kind of irks me. So
It's like, get a room.
Yeah, they're too busy like talking the entire time, and I'm like, gosh, freaking darn it! Like, get your stupid project done. We have a deadline. But other than that, so my first job was I was a camp counselor, and my coworker was dating the camp director.
Whoa!
And let me tell you, that caused some major drama.
Oh my god!
Lots. You wouldn't think so, but like, first off, gave her like whatever day off she wanted and as many days off as she wanted, and it freaking bugged the heck out of me because guess who had to cover when she wasn't there? I did. So guess who got less days off? Me. But also he like would like bring her food like all the time and like just man treated her so different, and it was annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're not as juicy stories as you guys were all probably hoping.
Hey,
it's Boy Scout.
No, I have a friend back home, and she worked in food service. She works at Chipotle, and a little while ago, she was dating her like manager there, it's like you're totally not allowed to do that. Like it was like a secret, but like everyone knew. And then something happened, and he had like cheated on her with like another person working at Chipotle, and so like the whole thing, they had to like transfer both of them. And then they kept the ones that currently dating at the same Chipotle, and then she got moved to another one.
Okay, why did Nicole cover it?
Nicole, you should have done that one.
Burrito drama.
I was like, well, I didn't know somebody came out of Chipotle.
That's a lot.
But
yeah.
Extra spicy sauce.
Dad humor all the way right now. Oh my gosh.
Hey, it might be bad, but we're all laughing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, cool.
So same-sex relationships. I think the biggest problem, well, from the Bay Area, my friends, like, they work jobs, and, like, the people there are typically, like, really understanding because it's just, like, that's the culture there. But one of my friends, he worked at this job, and, like, one of the people, like, wasn't sure if he was gay or not. And, like, the biggest problem was they're like, I'm not sure, but, like, I don't want to bring it up. And so they really just had a problem with just, like, not knowing, and then they would, like, walk on eggshells around him. And it was just, like, at the end of the day, like, they're just, like, the same as everyone. And I think that was just, like, the biggest struggle within his workplace was just that, like, no one really, or that person had just, like, treated them differently. So, treat them the same. They're just people.
It's not about the nail, guys. It's not about the nail.
I got it.
Have you ever seen that video?
That video where the nail's in their forehead?
Yeah. It's not about the nail.
Not about the nail. It's like, okay.
You're just talking about like walking on eggshells and everything. That's just what it feels like. Like you know, you're not going to bring up the one elephant in the room. Like, hey,
yeah.
What's your lifestyle choice? Because that comes up every day, right? You have kids? Really? No, I'm gay. Nobody's going to come right out and say it like that.
Right.
It's true, Matthew. True. Very true.
Oh, man. Work, home, family, balance. You guys, this is super important. Let me tell you about it. It is so hard. Getting even with school too, on top of it, getting the right balance in there so that the kids get the right attention, and like you're making sure that they're getting what they need, and then you got to make sure that your wife is getting what she needs, or her spouse. In Cole's case here, you wouldn't have a wife unless you want to.
Unless you want it, then not to walk on eggshells.
Not to walk on eggshells here. But like it's so hard to make sure that, like, because I find myself like every single break I get at work, I'm on the phone with my wife and I'm on the phone with my kids. Make sure that they know, yeah, I'm at work, but I'm still thinking about you, kind of a thing. And then my 3-year-old loves to just talk to me on the phone while I'm at my break. Daddy, you're at work? Yeah, I'm at work. I'm working hard. Daddy, you come home soon? Yeah, I'll come home soon. Don't worry. We play for a little while. Yeah, we'll play for a little while. So like I make sure that I have like a designated playtime for them every day where I don't do anything but just tickle the guts out of them. And then I make sure that, you know, even though it might sting a little bit, I'll stay up a little bit later with my wife at night to make sure that she gets the attention that she needs because there's still a working relationship there. You still have to be, you know, a spouse. Like you were married to them before you had kids. So like you got to make sure that that relationship doesn't dwindle, which is where Eric's subject comes in.
Family and divorce issues. I don't really
Yeah.
have any like stories. Looking back, I think generally just thinking about if people have family issues or they're going through divorce. I mean, obviously they don't want to be treated any differently, but at the same time, you know, you should at least be considerate and not try to bring anything up like that. You know, treat kind of like Nicole was saying, treat them like a normal person and do what you can. And I don't know. Does anyone else have? I feel like have no stories at all. Does anyone else have any issue or story that comes up?
My next door neighbor, I was his home teacher, well, their home teacher when we moved in, and I actually we got the apartment we're in right now because of him. He was my coworker at the time, and they had issues, and then she just flat out one day, like he thought that they were doing really good and working through stuff, and then one day she just served him papers, and let me tell you, man, his work just went out the window. It didn't matter what he was trying to do as far as work or school or anything else. You know, he went off, he bought a Harley, he got a tattoo. Like, he just went off the deep end for a while. And, like, it's hard to see somebody do that because you know that they're throwing that piece of their life away. Like, there are better ways to deal with it. But at the same time, it's like, well, you have to be able to mourn. You have to be able to go through the repentance process, if there is a repentance process to be gone through at that point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it just comes back to where I was saying, like, the work-home balance. Like, you don't want to be talking about your kids all day at work because then you get to where workplace relationships, you know, people get annoyed that you're talking about your kids all the time, or you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. But at the same time, like, you want to, there's balance in everything. Like,
but like at work, do you feel like you should keep those kind of issues to yourself? Seek out maybe counselors that are from work, but keep that to yourself.
There's workplace counseling.
Yeah.
Like employment counseling, and there's, a lot of employers will. I know that at where I'm at, if I were to start going through something like that, they do provide workplace counseling.
That's good.
And they do some things to help with that. And, you know, it's hard to go to someone and say, look, I'm going through this, I need help. But I feel like it's definitely something that will improve rather than take away from your workplace environment.
Any other thoughts from anyone else?
You know?
Cool. I think it's like you were talking about, Matthew, just having a workplace that has counseling or programs, even for all this stuff like substance abuse, all these other relationship issues or HR, like they should provide it. But at the same time, we should try not to be imposing on others by bringing our issues out to everybody else. But maybe that's just me. So we kind of talked about, think about how this issue would impact the workplace. Think about how you would address this issue in the workplace. When everyone is ready, so this is step 2, ask the first person to tell about the topic experiences they have chosen. After the first person tells about their own experience and how they think it would impact the workplace, ask other students to respond. So, I mean, does anyone else agree with what everyone said? Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Have you seen similar issues? Any other issues that you feel like weren't brought up? Sweet. Okay. Well, it sounds like you guys are just fighting over trying to figure out who's talking next. Step 3 says ask what other issues students see in society that are likely to impact their workplaces of the future. So other than the 5 ones that we kind of talked about, which was substance, divorce, family, work, home, same-sex, and working relationships, is there any other things that come up in the workplace that we have to be aware of or kind of, separate?
Politics.
Politics. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. So true.
So true. I have so
I
many
have to be super-
coworkers.
Oh, you
Yeah.
go, Matt.
Well, no, go for it, David. I've
I was
blabbered
gonna
my
say-
face off.
Especially, so I work at the American Society of Travel Agents, and I work with a lot of the other other governments around the country, well, around the world, and especially currently, like we've been this past week, like last week, this week we've been working on renewing a supplier contract with the Prime Minister and government of Israel. And so there's certain things that politics at work currently we do not bring up. And just because like random times, like other people are like random other country diplomats, I won't call them diplomats, but like random ministers of other countries are like in our office sometimes. And so like you never know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you don't want to like tick someone off, especially at least our work, because we deal with other countries and a lot of countries have opinions of the US that vary currently.
Dang.
So it's
You guys ever seen Gabriel Iglesias?
Like the
like in person.
comedian?
Yeah.
Like in person or just his
No,
acts?
just his acts.
Yeah.
There's an Al Qaeda member. One push of the button and I'm dead. Okay, poke it with the stick.
I have not seen that one.
Oh, it's on about Netflix. It's a good one. Yeah, that's just what it reminded me of. Is like, how many times and it goes back to this last case study that we did too, with the hire fire. If you are so active in politics that it's starting to rub into other people's faces and stuff, like you don't want to, it can threaten your job.
Yeah.
Don't go posting on the CEO's personal blog that you hate whatever he's blogging about,
Yeah.
But yeah, politics, definitely.
Any other big things that we have to be aware of other than politics? I can't really think of any.
Either.
I mean,
well, the last part, it just says, ask them how they think the workplace will change in the next 10 years. Do you guys feel like it's going to be even more like closed off where everyone has to like just, say nothing? Do you feel like it's going to be a lot more open? What do you think? David, looks like you're
more closed off, less open.
How do you think that translates into the workplace? What do you think will like?
Everyone's gonna have to be more. It's gonna be more walking on eggshells to not offend anyone.
Yeah, you already see it. You already see it coming around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are already dance around the truth a little bit.
You think that will affect people's jobs and like HR maybe keeping people on or firing them if they aren't too careful? Or
yeah, definitely. For sure.
Cool. Well, I agree. So that's good.
We're just like, yep, okay, guys,
this is it.
This is it.
Well, that's it, guys. That's our whole last leadership meeting. So
Yay.
don't be too excited. Well, it's been fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Good.
it's been good.
It's been.
Guess
So, Friday morning by 6 a.m.
yeah. Lucky for you, I have Friday off, friend. So jokes on everybody else. I've got all day Friday to do what I need to.
Okay, well, I think that's it.
No.
Just our paper.
Yeah, just the paper. And then the different self-assessments and stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, Tuesday or Wednesday, give it to me.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. It's been fun, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
It's been real good.
Fun. Thanks.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Okay,
You
thanks.
too.
Bye.
Good luck with